So I guess y'all heard the news by now about Sherrone Moore. He was jailed yesterday due to an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. And I hate it for him, not because of that. I hate it for him because, it's not many opportunities that a brother is gonna get a head coaching job at a prestigious program. A Power 4 school is in Michigan, and these type of situations like that ruin it for future brothers down the line who has the ambition to become a head coach. Sherrone Moore, I guess he did pretty decent in Michigan. I think he had an 8-5 season last year. He went 9-3 this year. He did lose to Ohio State, which is not good. He definitely don't want to do that. But the fact that he got jailed and all that, it's unfortunate that, that Michigan had to part ways and move on. Because, you're thinking of a situation where coaches that got fired over the course of the season and already found their new head coach. Now, they did get an interim who's going to be coaching the Citrus Bowl, but we don't know for sure if he's going to be the long-term head coach, which is kind of put Michigan at his crossroads. If he coaches good, maybe he gets a chance next year. But if he doesn't, then it's not gonna be looking good. And also, I think about the program, not for the bowl game, but moving forward to next season, the morale, how's Michigan gonna respond to this? And also, there's another thing that kind of trips me out. Jim Harbaugh, the previous head coach, he got himself some stuff 2 years ago when Michigan won the national title. He wound up being suspended for about 2 or 3 games. Michigan still wound up winning the national title, but according to legend, that national title is tainted because of what he was doing. I think he was cheating or whatnot. And then you look at a situation, I think it was last year or this year, I don't remember which year. I believe it was this year that Sherrone Moore got suspended for some other stuff. And now you add the fact that you have an inappropriate relationship with not a minor, but a staff member. And not only do you get fired from Michigan, it lands behind the bars. Now, I don't know the gist of his sentence. I don't know if he's going to be behind bars for a while or maybe just a slap on the wrist. He could, I don't know all that yet. But it's definitely not a good look for him. And I just saw that he was only 39. I thought he was a little bit older than that, though. I didn't say he looked older, but he did look like he was around my age range, but I didn't think he was actually 39. So, but for him to be, for him to happen, before this to happen, you figure you would try to walk a thin ice, especially after you get suspended, to make sure you stay out of trouble. But then you have this happen, so it's it could get very dicey for him moving forward. I think Michigan will bounce back from this, but I don't know if Sherrone Moore is, and this is. I honestly, honest to God, now the fact that he got suspended, either this year or whatever he got suspended for what he did, I'm actually not shocked that this happened. I'm really not. I'm disappointed in him that this happened, but I'm not shocked either because, like I said, you represent your culture, and you have this, and you don't speak for all of us, but but it does put a stigma on the brothers, especially, because we always get the short end of the stick when it comes to crimes and stuff anyway, especially if we never commit crimes. They try to throw a tag on us anyway and declare us as criminals and all that for no reason. And this situation right here does not help at all. But Sherrone Moore no longer the head coach at Michigan. And also, there's one last thing too. Suppose he does get out when it's all said and done. Who's going to want him? I'm just saying, who is going to want Sherrone Moore? Because you're going to have, especially if you're a big time, especially if you're a Power 4 program, you're going to be scared and reluctant. Not reluctant. You're going to be scared and cautious in terms of hiring him, because it's like you don't want what happened at Michigan to follow up to come to your school. So it's probably gonna get a little difficult for Sherrone Moore to get a head coaching job down the line. He might have played himself out of that moving forward, but yeah, this is definitely major. I just got done watching the Stuart Scott documentary, which is pretty good. I might talk about that at a later video. But yeah, to follow that up with this, it's just not a wise choice there, Sherrone Moore. Not wise. But yeah, he's no longer the head coach of Michigan. They're going to move forward, and it's going to be really interesting how they're going to handle their head coaching situation going to the off season. It's going to be really interesting. So, what's going to happen next couple months? After the bowl games, going to the off season, and see if they're going to keep the interim head coach, or they're going to try to find somebody else on short notice. And hopefully that they can at least keep the players at Michigan and try to keep Michigan as at least a good program. We'll see.